Alright guys, how's it going YouTube? The title of this video is going to be something along the lines of why we are not stewards for our values. And a steward in the sense of like somebody who is a representative of, responsible for, feels implored to defend, so on and so forth. And this can go to anything. It's your values are your values. And I'm going to use the Second Amendment. And it doesn't even have to be a broad Second Amendment thing. Just guns. Just gun ownership. Just don't have to take it. We don't have to go down the whole path of it's all right. What I'm talking about specifically is I posted a video called "The Misconceptions Regarding Concealed Carry" about a conversation I had with my father, and one of the people, and I don't really want to. So let me go back a second. One of the comments, and I'll just read it, and I'm not really calling this guy out because he's not really at fault for this, and if it's his mindset, it's his mindset. Here it is. While I'm respectful of all opinions for as well as against concealed carry, it really doesn't matter what the populace thinks in general. This is primarily a personal choice of what you believe is ultimately best for protecting yourself and your loved ones. Those that are against typically value the lives of the criminal, then the victim. Those that are for believe in protecting themselves and others from the criminal that wish to do them harm. So the last part, great, but the first part in general is, while I'm respectful of all the opinions for as well as against concealed carry, it really doesn't matter what the populace thinks in general. It was that last part, what the populace thinks in general, that I'm talking about here. I have noticed a lot of times in the gun community as well, and in other communities, take the Tea Party, for example, the Don't Tread on Me flag. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with drawing your line in the sand and saying this is where I believe, and you're either on this side or you're on that side. But as the saying goes, you attract more flies with honey than you do salt water or whatever it is. I screw up my own analogy. You attract more flies with honey than anything else. The idea being that the more people you show a positive light for what you believe in as a steward of, for example, firearms, shooting guns, the gun community, the gun lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, whatever your value is, you should be a positive role model in that. I'm not trying to be the dude telling you to be like the touchy-feely guy, oh, come on, everybody, let's go shoot some guns and all that. And I'm not even saying you guys have to do what I'm saying. I'm kind of more throwing this out there in what everybody thinks. Because I know that the automatic response to this is, well, it's in the Constitution. It's in the Constitution, and the Constitution says X, Y, and Z, and that's, what we have the rights to, and so on and so forth. But again, I'm coming from California, and we've seen the rights of Californians concerning firearms getting diminished and diminished and diminished and diminished. And all it takes is a vocal amount of people to sway a majority, not even a majority, just some lawmakers against you and your whole value thing. If it's Second Amendment, for example, California is really a prime example of where the feelings of a lot of the people here, unjustly, their unjust feelings, are swaying what the laws are. Do I ever think we're going to get a whole community of gun owners that go forward and are open and easy to communicate with and open arms to everybody? No, probably not. To tie in another video, the Wickard v. Filburn video, which if you didn't watch it, go check it out. Filburn wanted to grow crops, just to grow wheat, and he grew too many over what was considered his allotment back in the 30s or 40s or something like that. I can't remember all the details. And the government came in and said, no, you're going to burn all your crops and we're going to fine you. And he said, well, no, I'm not selling this. And the guy in Filburn said, this is for my ducks or my chickens. And the government came back and said, no, if you're not buying the chicken feed from other people, you're affecting interstate commerce. Okay. Well, what goes into that as well is there was a majority of farmers that were up in arms against people like Filburn that were growing beyond what was called the social engineering of setting prices of wheat back then. And the point there is not that Filburn should have been sticking to his rights and been a good steward of farming. It's that a vocal minority can soon be thought of and perceived to be the majority, at which time the perception changes in people. And all of a sudden what you thought was your right is now being kind of chiseled away slowly but surely. It's that old, when they came for me, or, when they came for them, I didn't care because they were they and I am me, or, so on and so forth. And when they came for me, there was no one left to defend me. You get the idea. It applies in all kinds of things. They did it for, the Nazis and the Jews and all that comment. So I'm curious to what the thoughts are. Should we try and, bring more people into shooting? Should we try to portray it in a positive light? Does it even matter? Is it just pissing in the wind? Because no matter how, for every 100 solid citizens who are stewards of the shooting community, there's going to be one asshole with a gun that kills somebody else and sets us back again. Is it possible? Is it just human nature? In a lot of ways, I know that it's a losing proposition, but that's never really stopped me from doing something before. So, anyway, interesting to see your thoughts. If you notice I'm covered in dirt, it's because I literally was just coming out of the bathroom, wall boarding everything up, and I made a lot of progress. But I wanted to get this video out to hopefully get some responses because it was fresh in my mind and I wanted to talk about it. I've been getting comments back and forth and figured now's the time. So, okay, guys, thanks a lot and take it easy.